11th Hour Racing Team has a legacy grant program that we're running in conjunction with this campaign. At each of the stopovers we go to, we work with a nonprofit organization. Here in South Africa, in Cape Town, we're working with a group called Environmental Monitoring Group, and we're working with them on their legacy grant project, which is the Integrated Environmental Community Project. Previously, EMG has done a case study on the Kuils River, and this grant project sort of tackles the issues that they found from that case study. So it's meant to address the unequal access there is to water and to healthy conditions along the river. And the aim is to work with the local community to do knowledge sharing and promote action.
We are doing a mass cleanup of the Kuils River. So Kuils River is a river that runs for 23 kilometers starting from the Lavish Hills in Durbanville and goes through different communities and land use activities all the way to the ocean in Makassar. Today, we are focusing on 3 sites within the communities, specifically townships, low-income communities where there is a huge amount of pollution. So we're trying to raise awareness around that pollution, but also kind of showcase community initiative to try and keep the river clean, to ensure the healthy environment for the communities along the river.
EMG works on the environment, and we've been existing since 1991. We believe that there is no environmental justice without social justice, so we believe those go together. We've been working with these communities since 2012, and our hope is for us to have a Kuils River Catchment Management Forum where all of these communities will come together to talk about the issues of these wetlands and find motivation to go forward. We understand government cannot come with the solutions in their own offices. They need to come to communities and engage on these issues, and then that's when the real solutions will come.
Committee that specifically deals with wetlands and rivers.
It was a very good initiative. In fact, it speaks to our plan for the next 5 years of clean waterways and rivers. We have for the next 3 years budgeted over 500 million rand in fixing sewer pumps. My involvement in the cleaning is also to conscientize the communities that live along the waterways of the impacts of the pollution into the river.
Each and every time they are the ones that bringing the sessions like this and then bringing us together. They are educating us and how important is that river. It's not by mistake we do have this river behind our houses. We need to respect it and also understand that it's assisting us environmentally, and also the climate exchange. When it changes everything, we need the river next to us. Healthy river is vital for my community.
It's been amazing to see the cleanup in action. It's just a culmination of all the great work EMG has been doing. We got to work alongside the community members who came out to clean their own backyard and take action against the pollution that's alongside the river where they live.
There are changes that we have seen, that community members are having organizations. For example, here in Makassar, there's Igalelo Labafazi. They have food gardens around the area, and they're also educating people around food gardens.
The river cleanups are just one of the examples of the things that EMG have been doing alongside the community. Another example is they've been running these agroecology workshops with locals in the communities, and we got to meet with a group of female farmers who have been participating in these workshops and cultivating land next to a school. And it was really interesting to learn about their process and get involved.
EMG has been working in this community for probably around 10-15 years, and we got to meet people who were trying to do farming in situations where the access to water is a really serious problem.
We are producing vegetables here for our community. When my vegetables are ready, I sell them to the community. I sell my vegetables to the market And I do have some people with no money and help me doing my work in the garden so that I can give them some of the vegetables. Imifuno ibalulekile kumntu wonke.
And so agroecology is basically farming in an environmentally friendly way. So you use the environment to farm, no pesticides, you have worm farmed, composting, no waste. It's about building communities with the resources that we have. Some of the challenges are getting access to land, and then of course there's water. Cape Town nearly running out of water. Water and access to water is also a huge issue.
I'm a gardener. I'm a farmer, not even a gardener. I've got 2 gardens now, and I need more land. I need more land. We have to have clean water everywhere, no matter you are in the formal settlement, no matter you don't have a house. When you drink water, you must drink clean water because it can kill you, it makes you sick. It's not easy, yeah, but it's needed because water is life.
And it doesn't happen, it does not happen regularly. It's also really hard to collect rubbish because the work we do, it links to the broader challenges across the globe. We work around agroecology, access to water, and then that all fits within the problem of the climate crisis. So for us, the global issue is climate change. South Africa, it has the highest Gini coefficient in the world, and that's the measure that the World Bank uses to measure inequality. So we are the most unequal society on the planet. Almost half the population have no work. And what do? You're living from hand to mouth, and it's impossible to care about the environment when you can't feed your children. And so EMG's whole approach to the environment is an environmental justice approach. You can't love the environment if society doesn't love you.
I'm in South Africa, a particularly unequal country in the world. It's really advisable to organize as communities and work as groups so that there is more impact but also support, because fighting against inequality and poverty and any other injustice can be exhausting. So teamwork is quite important so that you can have strength to carry on the next day.
Let's clean as we did today. Let's clean our own place. Let's clean our own rivers. Like today, it was dirty, but we must call you also when it's clean. He said, hey, we did it by ourselves, and we learn from that. We learn from today onwards, I'm telling you.
It's not about one thing or another thing. It's not about water, it's not about food. It's about a whole system that is not working. And we have to learn to live in a way that holds everybody.
For the future that we have when we come back in 5 years' time is for you to see this park how it was, and also to see food gardens alongside the floodplains of this park, communities becoming wetland rangers, educating other kids around what's happening in the river. This wetland reaching its own potential and people are enjoying it.